Hi, my name is Amish.aggarwala. I'm an advocate practicing in Delhi, and today I'm going to be talking about multi level marketing schemes, or should I say scams. And before I go into the law, I'll tell you why I am so apprehensive myself, though from time to time I feel that there is nothing wrong with them. They are technically, according to me, completely legal if done the legal way. But the problem with MLM schemes is that the way they teach their people, their followers, their business owners to go and pursue clients is so unethical that it almost always toes into the territory of going beyond the law. And the reason why I say this is because I have seen from my own experience over perhaps 12 or 13 years ago, when the first time that I was perhaps around 16 years or so, a friend of mine came to me and told me that his cousin has become this extremely wealthy guy in a matter of few months, and that he wants to share the brilliant way that is the friend as well as me can also join and become a part of this this revolution where you can become rich very, very quickly. And 16 years of age, I mean, what kid does not want to go achieve those dreams? So I go and sit in this meeting that he said I must attend. I am completely sold. The next 2 hours, oh my god, I can do certain things and I'll end up with a lot of money. Why not? So I go back to my parents and I ask them for the 10, 12, 15,000. I don't even remember the amount. But the moment my parents hear this, they say, "Bhag yahan se." Right? And I said again, "Mom, Dad, please, can I have just that little amount?" They say, "Bhag yahan se." And I said, "Fine, it's okay. My friend, he deserves to be rich. He will be rich. I am destined to be poor. And let me just embrace my destiny and let it be like that." However, of course, things always don't turn out so rosy as they seem. And to be honest, I didn't really even follow up with whatever happened later. However, after that, my next tryst was when one relative of my own came to me and told me that again this fantastic business opportunity is there, should not be missed. But again, better sense prevailed over my parents, and I believe the kind of naive fellow I was back in the day, I could have fallen for anything under the sun. And again, parents came to the rescue. I didn't have any money. They gave me no money, and I did not end up spending several thousand, and on a couple of occasions several lakh rupees in MLM schemes. Now fast forward to this one occasion where I was representing an accused person in the courts for a case of forgery, cheating, God knows what else. Because what had happened was that this fellow's senior, superior, or whatever the terminology is in these MLM scams, and this is not even related, but I'm just giving an example of the kind of influence these scam companies hold over you. So this fellow tells me that I was with this guy in this whole business scheme, and he had inducted me in it, and then he told me that that there is some that he got hold of some credit cards, and we should make some we should place some orders with those credit cards. We just need to go and pick up those goods. This is back in perhaps 2010 or 11, where home delivery, cash on delivery, or any of these things weren't really there. So they go to pick it up, they get arrested, and after spending a little time in jail, they get bail. And so I was there representing this guy in the court during his trial. And because I had heard these terminologies, when he was telling me this, and he said that he was part of whatever scam of the day it was, where he had met this fellow, and they had tried to pull off this stunt together. I mentioned the word, the phrase, I believe it's money independence or freedom business or something like that. I don't remember the word. Now I remember. Financial freedom. So, this is something that all of these scam businesses, scam recruits use. They've been taught from day one and harped on again and again. The moment you say financial freedom, their eyes light up, because that's like the keyword of the brainwashed fellow. And the guy asked me, do you also know about this? Are you also in MLM? And I said, hell no. But I've seen enough of these idiots around to know what kind of an influence they have over you. The point that I'm trying to make is, I'm gonna name a few of these companies because I have no shame regarding the completely unethical business practices that I have seen myself. These companies do. Their business practices might not be illegal, but the way they train their salespeople, it is completely unethical. But apart from that, on several occasions, it's also illegal. Companies like Amway, which is also known as by some other name in the US, I forget the name. There is QNet. QNet picked up big time for quite a while. That relative was part of QNet, and I think the initial buy-in in QNet is about 1 lakhs or 2 lakhs or something like that. And I'm making this video because recently a friend of mine posted on Instagram, do you want to get rich, make money quick, sitting at home during the lockdown time? 50 to 70,000 per month, sitting at home. And the name of this particular company, I did some research and I'm quite confident in saying this. Sue me if you want to. Forever Living Essentials. Apparently they sell you these small aloe vera based nonsense goods. 1,500 for a small bottle of pills, which you will get from maybe Patanjali for 100 rupees, or these 1,200, 1,500 rupee what do you call it, aloe vera based products. Nightmare. And the reason why I'm saying these are scams is because not perhaps the business model itself, but the way the people in that thirst to get more people to sign up, the things that they talk about, these companies are themselves also inherently liable for the action of their people if they go unrestrained like this. And what happens is they will assure you of certain returns. They promise you the moon and back. They give you oral assurances of a 100% guaranteed minimum ROI, because of which people buy in, and this is the definition of cheating. Section 420 Indian Penal Code, which is an inducement to other on the basis of which the person does something that he would otherwise not do, or to not do something which he would have otherwise done. And so in this case, lakhs and lakhs are lost every single day to these scamsters, and of course most of the money is pocketed by the people at the top. In fact, I crack this joke from time to time. It's MLM schemes are fantastic, and this is what I tell my clients. So MLM schemes are fantastic if you are starting them, or if you are perhaps one of the first 40, 50 or 100 people to be a part of that MLM scheme. After that, you're just going to not make money, or even if you do, right? I do know a couple of people who have made money from things like Amway. The fact of the matter is, if you are going to put your heart and soul into it, and if you're going to make a few, 40, 50,000 or 1 lakh rupees, I would rather put that money into a business that I create of my own, a profession perhaps, or anything else for that matter. Because if you're putting in that kind of effort and you're putting in that kind of innovation, especially something like sales, I have nothing against sales, but illegal and definitely unethical sales practices is definitely something that I can't condone. But otherwise, if you're going to be into sales, if you're going to do some incredible things, being a salesman, being a marketer, might as well do it for your own thing, or do it for someone who has a little more legitimate claim. But first and foremost, don't go for these scammy companies, simply because if you don't file a complaint against the company or the people who got you signed up, if you go ahead and you are signing up more people, even if you are ethical about it, the person goes to the police and files a complaint, the complaint will be of one under section 420 of the Indian Penal Code. That is cheating. And the moment that happens, you can of course say that I did not cheat. But the problem is this becomes a triable issue. And the bigger problem is that section 420 is a non-bailable offense, which means that either you are arrested by the police immediately and you spend a couple of weeks, months, or maybe even a year or two in jail, or you run to court, spend lakhs of rupees on lawyers to get anticipatory bail. And wherever you go and wherever you try to give an explanation, even if you have written proof that there was no wrong inducement or there was no incorrect inducement, there was no false inducements made, nobody is going to believe you. And everyone, the police, the judge, everyone is going to say that this is a triable issue. So nothing can be considered at this point of time. Several people have been arrested belonging to companies, the CEOs, the people who directly signed up the people who complained. And that is why on some occasions it could be good, but I still reiterate and I harp on and on and on with all the people who I come across. MLM schemes / scams are not worth it in India, because there is a very high likelihood that you will go to jail.